Okay, so what is the Middle School Magnet Consortium? The Middle School Magnet Consortium is made up of 3 schools. We have Argyle Middle School, A. Mario Loiederman Middle School, and Parkland Middle School. The MSMC was created in order to provide students with new opportunities for learning, decrease socioeconomic isolation, and bring new programming in for students. And I'll add that when we did the choice study a couple of years ago, this was seen as a program that was very well liked. So it is a great offering. Okay, so who can participate in the MSMC? All 5th grade students that live in Montgomery County can apply to the lottery to be considered for one of the MSMC schools. Families that live in the MSMC consortium will be assigned to one of the schools, and families that live outside of the consortium do have the opportunity to also apply. So you can see right here, we have the names of the schools that are part of the consortium. Okay, so those are our in-consortium students and families, and in-consortium students will be assigned through the choice process to one of our middle schools that we're here to learn more about today. So one of the big questions that we get is transportation provided? For families that live within the consortium, that live within what's considered busing distance, busing is provided. So some families within the consortium will walk if they live closer to the school, and other families that live within the consortium will have busing. So if the school you feel is best to meet your needs is a little bit further away, bus transportation is provided. Bus transportation is not provided outside of the MSMC area. So what is unique about the MSMC schools? The MSMC schools are whole school magnets, and they have specialty and advanced courses, unique course offerings, advanced mathematics, highly effective instructional programs, and they have unique partnerships that link to their field for their magnet focus. Not only that, but they have offered accelerated curriculum both in their unique magnet area as well as other areas, and they provide specialty elective courses within the magnet offerings in addition to the typical elective courses offered in middle schools. And just like all of our Montgomery County public schools, the MSMC schools implement the Montgomery County Public Schools curriculum. They have professional development for their staff, an opportunity for collaboration through team planning and grading, rigorous coursework for students, after-school activities, and extended learning opportunities. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Mr. Ulrich. He's the principal of Argyle Middle School, and he's going to be talking to you about what is unique about Argyle.
Yeah, good evening. There you go. I'm really excited because I think I'm looking into the faces of some future Argyle students. So I'm really excited to see you here this evening. So I've got a couple questions for you. First question, how many students love to play video games? Yeah, I see the enthusiasm there. Awesome, okay. Another question is, how many have either used an app or have seen their parents using the app on their cell phones? Okay, good stuff. So, both video games and apps are things that can be created at Argyle. So as the proud principal at Argyle Magnet Middle School, one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is making sure that as a tech magnet that students all take at least one tech class every year. Now, not only can you just take one, but because we have an 8-period day, not only at Argyle, but at all of the middle school magnet schools, all of us have 8 periods. So you can actually take up to 3 possible electives. One of those electives have to be a tech elective. Now, our major outcomes for us is that we use technology really as a tool. Right? And that tool for us is about critical thinking, it's about collaboration, it's about problem solving. We want to make sure that your students are prepared for high school, prepared for college, and even beyond that. Right? So even if your son or your daughter decide not to go into the tech field, they're going to still need to know a lot about technology. There's really no area in society now that technology doesn't touch, right? So they have to know about technology. So this is a school not only for students who are really into technology, but it's also a school for students who just want to learn about technology and be able to use it efficiently. Because we're going to use technology as a tool to really take you and take your students to the next level. And we do that through our projects, through game design, engineering design, and through just all types of creation of short films, script writing, and things of that nature. So, type of technology that we have all types of technology. But the big technology I really want to talk to you a little bit about is our one-to-one iPads that we actually just received this year a $1.8 million grant from Verizon. And every student and every staff member will be presented or will have an iPad. We're actually delivering them or giving them out in this coming month in October. So what does that mean for your son or your daughter if they decide to choose Argyle and is fortunate to be selected to come to Argyle? They will receive an iPad. That iPad will be with them, not just the entire day, but for the entire year. That iPad will also come with data. Right? So that means that they'll be able to access the internet, and of course all the ways they'll be able to access it will be protected, but they'll be able to access those things at home and at school. Teachers will be using those iPads almost as if the way they use notebooks. Again, what we do at Argyle is that level of technology. Not only are we going to have the iPads, we have 10 computer labs. Of those 10 computer labs, 2 of them are Mac labs. We have clear touch screen boards that instead of just the Promethean boards, we actually have those flat screens where students and teachers can also touch. 3D printers, and we use all types of apps, right, and applications. But one of the big things that I know I've been proud of is part of this grant that we received that we actually created this year an Argyle tech team, right? So actually students are helping us troubleshoot the technology. We've come to find that that's another great way for students to learn is through solving problems. So it's through that problem solving that students are learning again to be creative and collaborative. So last piece I'll mention for us this is really, really a big deal is our partnerships. So every year our students are connected, besides just the 8 classes that they'll participate in, they're connected with the work in some way. So our 6th graders, they created an e-portfolio. Our 7th graders, they have a STEM-related project, and for our 8th graders, we have a capstone project. Right, and our capstone project is when we gently partner with some type of business and we are looking to solve a particular problem, and a real world problem. This year our capstone partner is Verizon because we're getting these iPads. But it's been a great way where they come in and actually support our students through solving or answering a particular question. And in that they're either building an app, they're creating videos, they're creating advertisements and things of that nature. So I have a lot to say, and I can go on and on and on. I know you guys who are interested will actually come out to our open house. But I think more importantly than anything I have to say is really listening and hearing from our student. So I want to introduce one of our superstars at Argyle. Her name is Adora Edwards. She's been an honor roll student since the beginning. And I think she can speak to you way better than I can about her experience. So let's put your hands together for Adora Edwards.
Good evening, parents and students. My name is Adora Edwards, and I am an 8th grade student at Argyle Middle School. I remember my first time hearing about Argyle. I heard about all the amazing classes they had and all the things that I could do. When I was accepted, I was really excited because I had a chance to program, code, engineer, design, and do so many other things within Argyle. My classes were really great. I did a lot of cool things like innovative minds, digital art, website development, programming fundamentals, and those are just classes that I took. There are so many more things you can do. I'm currently in digital publishing where we create our own yearbook that every student will receive at the end of the year. Tech classes were and still are the best. We can take so many things with those skills into the future. Like you can make games, websites, apps, and the opportunities are endless. My years here have been so fun so far. I've done so many things like programming robots, creating HTML codes to make websites, building mini roller coasters to building mini homes. Argyle is one of the few schools that will be getting the iPads this year because of our exceptional students. With this, we can learn from home and school. The iPads will be easy to use and great for our learning. Argyle is a great school for learning future skills and discovering new innovations in technology. You can do amazing things with this knowledge you can acquire here. Thank you.
Now I'd like to introduce Natasha Alston, the Magnet Coordinator at Loiederman Middle School.
Thank you. Good evening, families, students, and special guests. My name is Natasha Alston, and I am the proud Magnet Coordinator at A. Mario Loiederman Middle School for the Creative and Performing Arts. Does your student like to create music? Do they like to create art or films? Does your student enjoy being on the stage or working behind a stage? Then Loiederman is a great fit for you. We are here to orchestrate your success. Our mission at Loiederman is to provide all students with rigorous instruction in their academic and artistic endeavors. Students have the opportunity to take advanced level courses in the arts and earn high school credits for courses like Dance as a Fine Art, Concert Band, Concert Orchestra, Theater, and Foundations of Art. In addition to these courses, the students benefit from our community partnerships, which afford them the chance to learn from professionals in the field. These unique experiences include, but are not limited to, taking master classes at Clancy Works Dance Studio, playing with members of the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra or the National Philharmonic, participating in workshops on songwriting, spoken word, and sculpture making, just to name a few. Loiederman students can also be a part of our various arts honor societies, like the International Thespian Society, the Tri-M Music Society, the National Junior Honor Art Society, and the National Junior Dance Arts Honor Society. And this fall, we will be breaking ground on our new state-of-the-art performing arts space, where the students will continue to showcase their talents to the community, as well as students at Loiederman. When a student comes to Loiederman, they will discover and nurture critical and creative thinking skills because everyone is an artist at Loiederman. And now, I would like to introduce my student ambassador, Gabriela Saravia, to talk more about her experience.
Good evening, students and parents. My name is Gabriela Saravia. I'm in the 8th grade and I attend A. Mario Loiederman Middle School. I have been in the school since the 6th grade. Loiederman caught my attention because it was an art school. You can take 3 art elections of your choice, including dance, theater, choir, orchestra, world languages, and more. Some of the art elections are high school credit classes. I really wanted to learn how to dance, so I decided to go to Loiederman. I started in beginning dance, and now I'm in Dance as a Fine Art, which is the highest class. My dance teachers have helped me so much, and I wouldn't be here without them. There were also dance company auditions 2 weeks ago, and I landed on junior company. Dance company is an after-school group that gets to showcase their dances more throughout the year. I was really nervous that I was not going to get in, but there were almost 100 students auditioning, and only 14 students can land a spot in each company. But with hard work and dedication, you can do anything you put your mind to. Dance is a fun way to express yourself and make new friends. You get to go on fun field trips. For example, I went to a dance studio and we got to take master classes. It was a really fun and enjoyable experience. I'm also a student ambassador and get to help out in important events happening in the school. Another experience I got to enjoy was going to Outdoor Ed. Outdoor Ed is a 3-day trip to the Smith Center, and you get to do fun activities outside. It was a really fun experience for me, and I hope I can do it again. I really encourage the incoming 6th graders to go to outdoor ed. I promise you it will be so much fun. In the future, I want to become a board-certified psychiatrist and help out the people that need it. But along the way, I also want to continue with dance because it's one of my favorite things to do, and it helps me express myself, and I really enjoy it. I believe that Loiederman is a great school if your kids enjoy the arts. I think they will have an awesome experience here at Loiederman, and they'll absolutely love it. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your week.
Now I would like to introduce Ms. Thompson from Parkland Middle School.
Hello, everyone. I'll tell you a few things about Parkland and things that make us unique. One of the things that we do at Parkland is our students participate in 2 science classes out of the 8 classes that they take. And they complete in 6th and 7th grade the entire middle school science curriculum. What that affords them to do is in 8th grade, they take a high school elective course. A high school science credit. That would be either physics or geospace explorations. They can also earn high school credits with Introduction to Engineering Design and/or astronomy. Other science electives that we have are Introduction to Robotics, Applied Robotics, Forensics, and Principles of Flight. Some of the things that we have at Parkland for our students to participate in is we have a yearly milestone project. And with that project, all students participate. They do a project that uses either the scientific method or the engineering design process. We have Civil Air Patrol. We have the Alpha Best After School program for students who want to stay after school. We also have several after-school activities on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays that students can participate in. Some of the other highlighted programs we have is we have a family STEM night where all our partners from different corporations come out and present to our families. We participate with Kid Museum. Our students go on field trips to the Kid Museum, as well as we present at Future Fest. We have theater art courses. We also have math club. We have a language arts showcase for our students to showcase their language arts abilities. We have First Lego League Robotics, First Tech Challenge Robotics, AA Lead, and we also have Boys and Girls Leadership. So this is a list of some of our Parkland partners. These are the partners that come out and work with our students in classrooms, as well as evening activities where they present different things about their corporations to our students. And I would like to introduce you to one of our students, Elijah Robinson.
Good evening. My name is Elijah Robinson, and I'm currently in 8th grade at Parkland Magnet Middle School. A little bit of information about myself. I am currently in the Civil Air Patrol, and I have a rank of Airman First Class. Before coming to Parkland, I was really interested in flight, principles of flight, and learning how to build to make things that could fly. And what was really attractive about Parkland was that in 6th grade, you can take a Principles of Flight class that teaches you how to do just that. One of the things we did was we built a glider, we built hot air balloons, and we even built paper airplanes and tested them against our own classmates. Since I've been a student at Parkland, I have loved being a part of the engineering program and robotics classes. One of the things we have done is we've built moving robots and moving toys that we can control ourselves. I've also been a part of the advanced band at Parkland for 3 years, and each year we go to Hershey Park and participate in a statewide competition against all other schools in the area. Last year we won first place, which seems pretty crazy, but it's also really cool. Now that I'm finishing my career at Parkland, Wheaton seems like an interesting choice because of their engineering program. The skills that I learned at Parkland in engineering and robotics can apply there, as well as many other high schools in the area. I just love going to school at Parkland. The teachers are super supportive, and there's a really friendly atmosphere along with a strong sense of community. If you're interested in flight mechanics, robotics, or engineering, then Parkland is a great choice because we have all those things and so much more. Thank you.
Thank you, Elijah, and we look forward to seeing everybody next Wednesday at our open house to learn more about Parkland.
How about another round of applause for our amazing student presenters, as well as our administrators for joining us this evening. So we're going to keep going with a few more general pieces of information, and then a little bit later you'll have an opportunity to ask some questions. But we do have the MSMC program booklet, which is available on the MCPS website. And this was perfect because Elijah just set this up for me. I know that we're here today to talk about middle school, but middle school is the next step, and one thing to consider is what happens after middle school. And after you participate in one of the MSMC schools, what are your choices in terms of high school options? You can attend one of the Down County Consortium high schools. If you're an out-of-consortium student, you can return to your local or home school, and you can apply to the magnet programs that are available throughout the county. What is the choice process? And I know a lot of us are really excited about the choice process because we've started getting questions. The choice process is a lottery assignment process. In consortium families, students that reside within the MSMC will receive choice information directly from their counselors because all students who reside in the MSMC will be attending one of these middle schools. And then out of consortium families participate in the choice process through the MCPS website. So what are the factors that we take into this lottery process? School capacity. That means how many students does the school accommodate? We want to make sure that our schools are at a good capacity. Choice rankings. When you submit your choices, you have the opportunity to rank a first choice, a second choice, and a third choice. So that's taken into consideration in the lottery. Sibling link. If you have a student that will be attending the school the following year, so a sibling that's either in 6th or 7th grade now, and you want to attend the same school as your sibling, you have sibling link. And socioeconomic status. What we do not take into consideration for this lottery choice program are test results, report card, race, any kind of participation in previous magnets, or your skill or interest in the program. You indicate your interest in the program by ranking your choices first, second, or third, but previous experience with one of the programs is not something that is taken into account with the lottery process. So what is the timeline? We're in September now. You're here with us this evening to learn more about the MSMC schools. In October, the really exciting part happens when you have an opportunity to visit each of the schools to learn more about their programs. And the orange cover sheet that was given to you today lets you know which evening each of the schools is having their open house. After that, the choice forms will become available in October. Now, you all have your interests, and it's really important to keep that in mind, but we really encourage you to visit the open houses as you're thinking about your choices, and we'll go ahead and open the choice form in mid-October, and you must submit your choices by November 1st. Okay. In mid-January, you'll be notified of the lottery results for whether you live in the MSMC or outside of the MSMC. You have until February 7th for those students that live outside of the MSMC to decide if you would like to accept your seat in the program. And then on February 14th, we start what's called round 2. So for out-of-consortium families, if you did not get invited to one of the programs and you're still interested, you can participate in round 2. And for in-consortium students, if you didn't get your first choice, you can participate in round 2 to see if there's a spot available in your first choice school. And again, we're reminding you that we have the in-consortium and the out-of-consortium. You can see right here, you have a bit.ly, you have a link for each of them. The links are not active at this time. If you go to this link right now, it will tell you that it's not open, but these are the access points for the link. The link for out-of-consortium families is available on the MCPS website. The link for in-consortium families will be shared with you through Connect Eds and flyers from your local school. Private school students that reside in Montgomery County are also eligible to participate in the lottery process and must first obtain an MCPS ID at their local elementary school in order to participate in the lottery process. And if you have questions, private school families should see someone from our department to help you with that. This is a picture of the choice form. You put in your child's first and last name, current grade. Sixth graders can participate in the choice process, and then current school. And then you have to rank your schools first, second, and third choice. And I will tell you now that the form's a little tricky because some of us really have that first choice, and all of these schools are tremendous. In order to participate in the choice process, you must rank all 3 of the schools. Okay, it doesn't let you just mark one. Okay. Parents and students complete the choice form, okay, in the order of preference. This is a process that's meant to be done parents and students, okay? Parents should be supporting their students in making the choices because ultimately the decision lies with the parent. In addition to completing your first, second, and third choice, we asked you some questions about how you learned about the MSMC. Please go ahead and answer that. And please remember to return your form electronically by November 1st. So we have a few commonly asked questions before we break to more individual questions. So what is the difference between the MSMC schools and Clemente, Eastern, King, and Tacoma Park? They're all magnet programs, and as you can see here, they do have a lot of similarities. Most importantly, they offer rigorous coursework, themed programs, high school credits, and all of the programs have limited seats. However, the MSMC is a whole school magnet. Every child that attends an MSMC school participates in the magnet, and students are assigned by lottery. Where the other programs, students are part of a smaller group within the school, and students must test to be considered for those programs, and report card grades are also taken into consideration as a part of admissions. And really important to note, and this part I think is really, really exciting, you can simultaneously be considered for both. So if you are interested in both of these types of magnets, you can participate in the choice process as well as test for one of the other magnets. So when you hear from us in January about which programs you've been invited to, you hear from both at the same time and you're able to make your decision. Okay? So are you guaranteed a seat? If you are an in-consortium family from one of the schools that we named earlier, you are guaranteed a seat at one of these middle schools. These are your local middle schools. For out-of-consortium families, so in-consortium families are guaranteed a seat. Is it always your first choice? It's not always your first choice, but last year 96% of students did receive their first choice. These are all excellent opportunities and options, so nobody will be without an outstanding opportunity for middle school. And we do also have the opportunity for round 2. How many seats are available for out-of-consortium students? This depends on enrollment and capacity. We offer approximately 80 invites to out-of-consortium students. And then last year we had around 900 applicants for these out-of-consortium seats. Remember, each of the middle schools is offering seats to 80 students. Okay, MSMC offers enrich and academic services, okay? We offer the MCPS curriculum. You come to the MSMC schools for the MCPS curriculum, and in addition, you have the opportunity to participate in their magnet offerings. And then all MCPS high schools offer the opportunity for high school credits. You heard about some of the amazing high school credits that are offered at the MSMC schools. There are high school credits offered in all of our middle schools. Current grade 6 students who live outside of the MSMC may participate in the choice process. So 6th grade students that didn't get a first choice or have moved to the area or just learned about this are able to participate in the choice process. So when are the open houses? We've provided you with a copy of the open houses, so you have that to take with you on the handout. The open house dates are also listed on the Montgomery County website. If you type MSMC into the search bar, you come to the MSMC page, and that is where we post all of our information about the programs. We really encourage you to have an opportunity to go with your child to visit these open houses. Okay? And here you have the contact information for each of the coordinators. And then questions about the actual choice process. How do I access my form? How do I rank? When do I hear? Things like that, you contact our office for that. And our information is below. So we want to thank you so much for coming out this evening to learn about the MSMC schools. On top of that first top sheet that has all of the open house dates, we have a URL for you to please evaluate this evening. We value your feedback. And then you also have information about each of the schools. Right now, our principals and coordinators are heading out into the lobby area to answer any questions you may have. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It was our pleasure.